Hey guys, super casual today, so don't mind how I'm looking, but what I just wanted to say is let God cook. Let God cook. And by let God cook, I mean let God complete what he started in your life. Let God complete what he said he's going to do in your life. A lot of the times as Christians, we try and do God's job for him. And by God, what I mean by trying to do God's job for him is you're constantly thinking how this is going to come about, how that is going to come about, how this is going to materialize, how that is going to materialize. That's not your job. All you need to do is obey God, have faith, and leave the rest to him. Let's not remove the simplicity that is in Christianity. Don't get me wrong, there are deep parts of Christianity. There are certain parts of Christianity in your walk with God that will require more from you, but there are also simple areas and simple things that God desires for you to master, and also God desires for you to be able to walk in. And one of them is letting God be God and you be you. Allowing yourself to be yourself and allowing God to be God. And what I mean by allowing yourself to be yourself is you're not God. Your job is to obey and have faith and follow him. His job is to perfect what he has established in you. Remember the imagery of, a shepherd and his sheep. The sheep isn't thinking to himself, oh, how are we going to get to field A? How are we going to get to field B? How are we going to go here? How are we going to do that? The sheep doesn't even know where it's going, quite frankly, in terms of exactly where it's going. All the sheep knows is my job is to follow the shepherd. My job is to follow my shepherd. My shepherd says we should jump, we're jumping. My shepherd says we should walk here, we're walking. The sheep follows the shepherd blindly. The sheep follows the shepherd without questioning. The sheep follows the shepherd, trusting the shepherd, and knowing that the shepherd is leading him to greener pastures, to a place where he can be refreshed, to a place where the sheep can drink water, to a place where the sheep can, feed on fresh grass. The sheep knows that it's being taken care of its shepherd. So it just follows the shepherd. Same way you as a believer, let God do what his job is. And his job is to be God in your life. And your job is to trust him as the Lord over your life. It's so important. Don't try and do God's job for him. God's job is God's job, and your job is your job. And he just wants you to master his job and trust him in the process. Amen.